So the first thing we need to talk about is pre-ignition. Now, pre-ignition is when our air-fuel mixture ignites before the spark plug fires. So ignition before ignition is supposed to happen. Cut! What? You're supposed to say isn't. Ignition before ignition is not supposed to happen. Oh, sorry. Well, I think they got it. Can we move on? Fine, but one more screw up. One more, and you're fired. Get moving. That guy, a perfectionist, I tell you. All right, where were we? There can be different causes for this, but some of the biggest ones are excessive heat and pressure inside the cylinder. This is also one of the most damaging problems we can have in incorrect ignition, because the piston is coming up, the mixture lights off, there's already excessive heat and pressure, so that really increases our likelihood that we may start to turn parts of that piston from metal into liquid at those extremely high temperatures and pressures. Our next piece to this is detonation. Detonation is when our air-fuel mixture gets ignited by the spark plug, but before flame propagation can truly happen, before the flame expands across the cylinder, another pocket of it ignites and the two flame fronts come together and collide, causing a high pressure spike inside the cylinder, making our distinct pinging or knocking noise that we tend to have. Which is one more thing I'll throw out there is pinging or spark knock, pretty much used interchangeably for detonation or pre-ignition. It all sounds to most of our ears pretty similar. It's the rattle in an engine when we're going up a hill under load. Typically never ever happens at idle. If you hear spark knock, pinging, detonation, pre-ignition, any of that at idle, timing is massively over advanced. It's just about impossible to make this happen at idle. Not saying it couldn't happen, but it's very difficult. We generally hear this only under moderate loads. Okay, so to recap these, the common ones, pre-ignition was when the spark went off before our piston came up fully to top dead center and the spark plug ignited it. Detonation is when the fuel mixture is already beginning to burn and a second part of it ignites and the two flame fronts collide, causing our big pressure spike inside the cylinder. So of all the various spark knocks we've talked about, we have one more to talk about, and this one's pretty new in the automotive world. This is called low-speed pre-ignition, or LSPI. Some manufacturers have even gone so far as to call this mega knock or super knock. Now, this particular issue is most prevalent on new gasoline direct injected engines, or GDI engines, especially those that are turbocharged. It seems that the oil droplets are getting into the combustion chamber, into the cylinder, as well as some particulate matter that's left over from combustion. And between the two, it's causing these engines to go into pre-ignition at lower speeds and loads than we would normally see. So they were never modeled for when the engineers built the cars. The problem is now they're causing some severe engine damage in some of these vehicles. And we're seeing a lot more of these small direct injected turbo engines. So it is just something to be aware of. One of the fixes for LSPI happens to be just simply a reformulation of oil. We can't just put the same 1040 in all the cars anymore, or even 530 for that matter. So when you're dealing with these vehicles, something as simple as an oil change can lead to engine damage for more than one reason. Just something to be aware of. So with all of the different knocks and explosions discussed, we'll catch you in the next video.